Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, chicos. Vamos a ver si podemos iniciar una tercera parte de este divertido juego de War en el que
That is when the world will
la mayor locura es la lógica del programa, sí, bueno. Vamos a ver. Teniendo estas cerillas, las cerillas a lo mejor encienden la luz aquí en este cuarto que habíamos entrado. Digo yo que podrían ser.
It could even work, if it weren't so idiotic.
"28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
Be quiet, or my husband will hear us.
I don't understand how on earth that would work.
Ni yo.
Guitar solos with P strums. The perfect way to release the indestructible inner boy. I wouldn't know how to use it. I may have removed the tie from the doorknob, but the fact of the matter doesn't
Or my
change.
husband will hear us. Cuddle me, hot stuff. Rah! Rah! I love when you do that thing to me.
I don't see any record players around.
Hurry!
Let's leave his symbol of glory alone. I would have asked that young guy how difficult it was being the king.
Rah! Be quiet, or my husband will hear us.
Cracker. Cracker. Come on, stupid bird, repeat it. Cracker!
You brainless moron biped! My intellectual capacities are way superior to yours! Rah!
What did you say?
Rah! Cracker! Cuddle me, hot stuff! Rah! Rah! I love when you do that thing.
I don't want my sweater stained by puke, thanks.
Hurry!
He doesn't look particularly good.
You are aware that this request makes no sense at all, right?
Will hear us. Cuddle me, hot stuff. Rah! Rah! Be quiet, or my husband will hear us. Rah! Be quiet, or my husband will hear us.
Minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end. A storm is coming.
What do you want?
Listen, since you can't go up there, why don't you give me a hand getting a wardrobe from the dump?
Bite me.
Tasty refusal. What if I find a way to clear the room?
Why not?
I suppose in this case, I can accept. Okay, don't move and don't abuse that girl while I'm gone.
I'm not drinking booze.
Yeah, nice. No booze.
I better go now.
"28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
Hey, two. Do you know what's round, soft, and juicy?
A tomato?
No, stupid. A nice child.
How many times have I got to tell you? I'm done eating children. I'm a fruitarian now.
And what the hell does that mean?
I only feed on fruit, and just the ones that fall from trees to the ground.
You won't last more than a week.
You'll see.
You're really the black sheep of our family.
I would have exterminated whole hordes of you to shoot down your 300-point spaceship. Now I understand what the media meant when they predicted an alleged alien invasion back in the 80s.
Dude, don't be sad. Actually, I get your life choice perfectly.
Really?
I eat only children too. Just the ones that fall into my mouth.
It's always a pleasure to see you. Quite a nice place you got here for a barbecue with family. Oh, sorry. I had no idea. And yet I can't imagine that an attractive mummy like you... Don't beat yourself up. I'm sure you'll find your soulmate. You just have to be patient.
Dude,
now, I really have to go, Mr. Silence.
I'm drinking juice.
Guess what flavor it is, too?
Grapefruit?
Child.
Can I have some of that too?
I don't want any LV from you. I'm an acid guy. So many possible spoilers, I wouldn't even know where to start. Love, captured forever in undying memory. At least until they cut down the tree. Love, captured forever in undying memory. At least until they cut down the tree. Love, captured forever in undying memory. At least until they cut down the tree.
Y ahora con la linterna.
Love, captured forever in undying memory. At least until they cut down the tree.
No, hombre.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
If only it was charged. He really got me, so credit to him. You're having fun, eh?
Tyler didn't want me in the way, so he closed me in here. I had to do something to fill all this time.
Tyler?
My older brother. He's the guy who arranged the party. I was bored, so I thought it would be fun to scare anyone who walked into the storage room by mistake.
If I was in your shoes, I would have done much worse. Little impertinent kid. He has a bright future ahead of him. Where did those come from?
They're the posters for a horrorbilly concert that will be held tonight at the old cemetery. My brother didn't want any interference for his party, so he tore down as many as he could. The whole neighborhood was practically wallpapered with them.
Vamos a ver. Esto es una locura de aventura, tío. Mola, pero...
Sometimes these professional apple eaters get too caught up in the competition. It's a case of a completely useless object. Someone must have misinterpreted the rules. I'm not surprised you don't have any friends. Those seals are quite self-explanatory. Is this your time machine?
Yes, but it is still an experimental prototype.
The usual excuse is to say it doesn't work.
It'll work. Just watch and see. And finally, everybody will stop saying that I'm just a crazy, stutterer, anemic guy.
But you're not anemic.
That's what I keep saying myself.
What are those bloodstains you have on you?
Oh, not a big deal. A little accident while I was working on a different project.
How many did you kill till now?
Don't be silly. I conduct experiments on dead bodies.
Dead bodies that were alive before, by any chance?
If there's really shortage of raw material, those too.
You seem to be pretty eager. What are you waiting for?
I ordered a new carburetor online. The old one was damaged during my previous attempt. And it still hasn't arrived yet. They'll get an earful from me at the customer service of thatcrazyscience.com.
You can really find everything on the internet these days.
You can't even imagine. People are really out of their minds.
I'll come back later. See you then. Those seals are quite self-explanatory. Look, its inventor is a few pixels away. Maybe it's better to talk to him. The scientist must have seen too many Doctor Who episodes. Just because we're in an adventure game, that doesn't mean you get to bother whoever's around. A black man who gets a tan from moonlight? You're kidding, right?
Hay como una taberna, vamos a ver lo que es. Wow.
Can't you see it's stuck in the thorns? Knowing Benjamin Franklin is watching me from up there with utter contempt is too intimidating. Did you have a heavy meal? I obviously can't take that away from him. Even if I'm now dead, I still don't feel it would be wise to stain my criminal record. Don't you think you're going too far? Can't you read? It's a white paint can. I prefer not to risk finding a snake under my sweater. It's surely more fun to do it with tomato soup. It may even be prophetic, but now you're really going too far. I really don't know what to say. It's a child's dream coming true. Who exactly are you?
I'm Pat, the wicked conscience of this little miserable man. He kept me dormant inside him for years without listening to me. But you know, when you insist on suppressing every frustration, you're inevitably destined to blow up sooner or later. And so now, I am in charge.
Why does he have those wounds on his back?
Soul possession brings some severely violent consequences with it. Let's just say that whoever suffers from it momentarily loses his senses and in the end turns to self-harm. And in case he survives, his mind comes under my control, as you must have noticed by now.
What are you guys doing?
We happen to have a scam underway. A big scam. We couldn't stand our demeaning and not at all gratifying job as office workers anymore. So we spent all our savings to buy this cave that we accidentally dated back to the Neolithic, complete with cave paintings.
You're really an evil mastermind, no doubt about it.
You mean we are really evil?
I'll leave you to your work.
As you know, crime never sleeps.
Can I bother you for a second? I'd like to talk to you of our Lord Cthulhu.
He can't hear you.
I can't even imagine how his back came to be in that state. FBI, Officer Skinny. Walter Skinny. I wouldn't really know where to start. Better avoid problems. This reminds me of the famous 1947 accident, but I'm not a US government agent. Finally, some really intelligent life forms.
completo. Vale. La muñequita gurú le falta pelo y este hombre no lo puede completar.
Wake up, old man!
You needn't shout like that.
You're right. Excuse me.
I forgive you.
Listen, could you maybe sew some of this hair on the head of this doll?
An unusual request. But I perceive no reason not to indulge you. Give it to me.
Vale.
Too kind.
Ahora entonces tenemos un muñeco gurú. Vale. Faro. Se me ha abierto aquí algo. Vamos a ver. Hostia. El gordo y el flaco, qué bueno, tío. Tengo una pala. Vale.
Ronald and I loved to watch their black and white movies.
Y a mí también. Las tengo, de hecho.
It's a single epitaph subdivided onto the 2 gravestones.
It's chilly down here.
Not even death made them lose their sense of humor. Ronald and I loved to watch their black and white movies. It's a single epitaph subdivided onto the 2 gravestones.
It's chilly down here.
Not even death made them lose their sense of humor. I can gladly do without the holiness. It's not for me. If you wish so much to communicate with the upstairs, I can think of a more effective solution. I would have never imagined we'd have so much in common one day. Although I was lucky enough not to lose my job. A statue in the city graveyard is the right tribute to one of the heroes of my video gaming childhood. It's really curious how many genius hunches are just the result of more or less serious head injuries. What do I need with a flux capacitor that doesn't flux? I don't think it would be very easy to get this grave to a speed of 88 miles per hour. Great Scott! What do I need with a flux capacitor that doesn't flux? There'll still be the problem of the 88 miles per hour, but let's keep it in mind, okay? Hey guys, can I have some of your firecrackers?
Ask your mother to buy you some. And get out of our way. Can't you see we're busy?
How, if he couldn't even sing his own song? They come up with all kinds of excuses to mask their hoarseness. Hey guys, can I have some of your firecrackers?
Ask your mother to buy you some. And get out of our way. Can't you see we're busy?
Hey guys, can I have some of your firecrackers?
Ask your mother to buy you some. And get out of our way. Can't you see we're busy?
El símbolo de ira, te caes como bola.
But that's Grandma. Ronald's grandma, I mean.
La abuela del cuadro. Mira, Mario.
Too sticky. I won't be able to get it off my hands. The result would be more similar to body armor than a sweater. Maybe we're going a little too far. I could use it like the sail of a mini raft. Only in case of emergency. I don't think it would be able to give me the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. Hi, Grandma. I'm Ronald. Grandma, I can't really understand what you're saying. I hope that even after her passing, her mole vision hasn't improved much, so I can still pass myself off as Ronald. Here, Willow the arsonist found her eternal peace, dead for the joy of a great fireworks show. Here, Wilbur the Monkey King is buried, dead on the spot having slipped on a banana peel. Here lies Wilson Percival Higgsbury, exceptional scientist who fatally wounded himself with a razor blade. Here rests Woody the Lumberjack, asphyxiated after inhaling some silver powder.
Aquí puede ser, a ver.
In the otherworldly realm, you'd have a hard time taking root with your business model.
Yo tenía, al principio del juego se coge la dentadura de la abuela y se la doy.
Damn my age. Ronald, Grandma's sweetheart, you came to see me? You're so emaciated. Are you eating enough?
I have a serious allergy to plums that totally ruined my will to live.
Well, sometimes we all get a bit constipated. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Try some baked apples or kiwis.
It'd really be too much for her. What is Grandpa doing over there?
He's been trying to get out of his coffin for days now. Except every time he forgets to watch his head.
Well, at least he leaves you alone.
It's about time. It wasn't enough for him to torture me when I was alive. I didn't even have time to die before he felt compelled to do the same.
Grandma, didn't you have yourself cremated?
Do you really think I'd let them lock me up in a vase? I corrupted the gravedigger by telling him to fill the urn with chewing gum.
I noticed that.
Your favorites. Anything for my little Ronnie.
I'll come back and visit you very soon, Grandma.
dice que su tumba está llena de chicles. Pues igual tengo que ir a abrirla. Aquí ya he leído todo.
Can you be more specific?
Que la rompas, no lo rompe.
The use of the mouse is not meant for actions like this.
Wait a minute, Ronald. It's dangerous out there. It's full of atheists. Take this.
Ahora. ¿Qué es? Una Biblia.
A little help from above could always be useful.
Vale.
It's just a decoration.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
That is when the world will end. La Biblia no será para Dios. Espera, ya entré aquí. Vamos a ver. No puedo cogerla ahora.
But first, let me take a selfie. You're having fun, eh?
Tyler didn't want me in the way, so he closed me in here. I had to do something to fill all this time.
Tyler?
My older brother. He's the guy who arranged the party. I was bored, so I thought it would be fun to scare anyone who walked into the storage room by mistake.
If I was in your shoes, I would have done much worse. With your permission, I'll take it, Boogie.
Go ahead. You earned it.
Lo que digo, la Biblia no será para Dios. Para Jesús.
Why should I? To get it signed?
No. ¿Qué hijo? Aquí nada tiene sentido, tío.
It's his fault if the third book of the best-selling fantasy saga of all time has never seen the light.
Qué grande. Pues con la cámara de fotos, ¿qué podré hacer? Es que ¿cómo funciona esto?
The best way to arouse a hipster.
Visitar a un hipster.
The best way to arouse a hipster.
¿No será para el Morfeo?
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
I don't understand what you're trying to get at.
That is when the world will end. A storm is coming. I'm here. Come closer.
Esa cámara de fotos tiene que ser para algo, tío. A ver.
A bit of lateral thinking surely doesn't hurt, but here we're getting into nonsense. These are the moments I resent not having a bladder anymore.
Venga, vamos a darle entonces. La muñeca juego es para el tío de las llaves, eso está claro.
Be quiet, or my husband will hear us.
Y entonces seguro que me va a desbloquear algo. Venga, a ver. La muñeca vudú. ¿Se lo doy?
Everyone has a good plan, which will not work.
No. Entonces.
On the house.
You can never say no to a drink.
Wielding a shovel in front of a 6'5" guy, well, maybe it's not a great idea. I need that wardrobe.
I don't live in this waste for fun. If you want something, you must pay.
But I have no money. How much do you want exactly?
Let's settle it this way. As an exception, if you pay the crane costs, you can take the wardrobe.
What if I use the crane myself, without bothering you?
And what if I use these boots to kick your ass?
I see you love black magic. Are you some sort of wizard?
I don't like that tone. Black magic is neither shallow nor vapid. It's real art.
Of course. I didn't think for a moment it wasn't. And do you ever wear the pointy hat with the little stars?
At the birthday parties.
Thanks for helping me.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not interested at all in your health. I just wanted to be sure a dead brat doesn't get in my way.
Then you shouldn't even be talking to me.
Did you say something?
Ah, forget it. Post-traumatic ramblings. I better go. See you around.
Don't get into any more trouble.
28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end. A storm is coming.
Yo creo que es... Vamos a ver. Como antes, cuando no mira. Venga. Entonces, yo cojo la cerveza y le lleno el vaso. Y ahora...
On the house.
You can never say no to a drink.
Better not bother him while he's drinking. Wielding a shovel in front of a 6'5" guy, well, maybe it's not a great idea.
Vamos a ver, menos mal que he cogido varias.
On the house.
You can never say no to a drink.
Yes, good boy. Drink.
Te digo yo. Este juego es la buena.
Don't look at me that way. I had no other choice. Look at him. He's sleeping like an angel. A few hours of sleep won't be bad for him. He was too stressed.
Vale, se supone que entonces ya tengo las llaves. No
The
sé.
spicy part is concentrated in the seeds.
Tengo que cogérselas.
I tried using good manners, but you wouldn't listen to me. In a couple of hours, you'll be just fine, don't worry. I want to reassure all friends and relatives who are following us from home, he's just unconscious. Maybe.
Pero no tengo las llaves, tío.
I want to reassure all friends and relatives who are following us from home, he's just unconscious. Maybe. I tried using good manners, but you wouldn't listen to me. In a couple of hours, you'll be just fine, don't worry. I want to reassure all friends and relatives who are following us from home, he's just unconscious. Maybe. I tried using good manners, but you wouldn't listen to me. In a couple of hours, you'll be just fine, don't worry.
Ah, que están aquí. Vale, ya tengo las llaves. O sea, me voy a la grúa. Vale, voy a hacer aquí un paroncito. Vamos a ver. Ahora ya podría ir aquí entonces.
First, I need to place the arm over the wardrobe. I understand this is outdated technology, but you need a tape to listen to music. Don't be hasty. This crane is falling apart. I'll only make things worse. I'm not surprised you don't have any friends. All those long hours spent playing with Monkey Island couldn't have a different outcome. Okay, the janitor is not the nicest person in the world, but destroying his shack seems too much even for me. Don't be hasty. I've already lowered it. Well, one of the few advantages of my skeletal form is that I'm unaffected by electric shocks. Do I really have to remind you that it is an inanimate object? Do I look capable of moving a wardrobe all by myself? I didn't know I'd need to go through all this to get it down. Do I really have to remind you that it is an inanimate object? You do it. I think it acts as a key for the spaceship or something like that. Can you be more specific? Don't ask too much. Santa Claus comes just once a year. It's a makeshift fix, but it should do the trick. I think it acts as a key for the spaceship or something like that.
Days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds.
This is shaping up to be very fruitful fishing, finally.
I can't believe you did it.
I am a real pro. What can you do?
Why don't you take a look at your pockets?
How on earth did you do it?
When you spend your life escaping from the IRS, you can't survive without certain tricks.
And how did you end up running a carousel?
Social services. Anyway, with that coupon, you can collect a prize of your choice at the Gypsy kiosk just outside the city. Oh, I almost forgot. Be careful going around with that other little bag I gave you.
Oh God, what other little bag?
I was just joking.
You're not funny at all. Valid for a prize of your choice.
Vale, entonces ahora nos vamos al sitio gitano este.
I remembered her different. First of all, dead.
"28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds."
I've bothered him enough. I'll let him rest this time. You'd prefer them with a bit of blood instead of maple syrup, right, Demogorgon? If I were you, I'd let it go. That little girl becomes a really dangerous cookie when she gets mad. I doubt the Eggo people will ever stop to thank the Duffer Brothers. I wonder how much they've earned thanks to Stranger Things. Nice mush, eh, little pigs? What do you think I am? Negative. I'd become a victim of their fury, inevitably. And I still care to keep both my hands. I did my part hours ago. No more leap of faith for today. In this video game, some phrases are a bit too literal. Hello?
What's with a concerned face? You never saw a puppet before?
Sure, but not one handled with invisible strings by a headless puppeteer. And able to speak, by the way.
Do you have a problem with me not being controlled by strings?
Well, no.
And maybe it's illegal for a puppet to have a nice voice like mine?
That's not what I meant. You women are really impossible. I won a coupon at the carousel.
Choose your favorite prize.
Anything?
Anything.
I'd like the Lego set of the Millennium Falcon, Ultimate Collector's version.
I gave out the last one just yesterday, but you're in luck. I can give you this.
Let's have a look. How is it possible that all this stuff could fit inside such a small package? I don't follow.
Hey, talk to me.
Best Halloween costume ever. Assuming it's actually a costume. Sorry to bother you, but you seem familiar.
You probably saw me in a game show in the past. You know, I was a pro gamer once.
Judging by how you're doing now, it seems something went wrong.
Carpal tunnel. I slowly lost mobility and reactivity. It cut me out of the pro circuit.
I imagine more like an arrow in the wrist or something like that.
Arrow in the wrist?
Never played Skyrim?
Sorry, just beat 'em ups.
Then you suffer the proper punishment. He's a human being. You should have gathered by now that I haven't got a great feel for musical instruments. Better leave it alone. I doubt it would be able to play something for me, even if I ask it. A belt would be useful. What is it, postmodern art?
Nah, you're right. I really can't come up with nothing interesting.
Like what?
Well, bro, I don't know. Something that conveys strong emotion, gets people's attention, something that grabs you, but original once in a while. Tired of riding A-cab on the monuments, yo. You hear me, bro?
I'll think about it. Maybe I'll have a good idea.
Sweet.
It could even work, if it weren't so idiotic. What is it, postmodern art?
Nah, you're right. I really can't come up with nothing interesting.
Like what?
Well, bro, I don't know. Something that conveys strong emotion, gets people's attention, something that grabs you, but original once in a while. Tired of riding A-cab on the monuments, yo. You hear me, bro?
I'll think about it. Maybe I'll have a good idea.
Sweet.
I don't understand what you're trying to get at. This is a cool track. I've never heard it. Too bad I don't know the title.
¿Entonces el kit de metalero?
Yeah, metal! It seems that part has finally arrived.
Ahora está. Divertido.
Look, its inventor is a few pixels away. Maybe it's better to talk to him. Is everything working now?
The courier took a little convincing, but in return, the carburetor was perfect.
I absolutely offer myself as a guinea pig to test it then.
Really? Have you got any idea of the possible side effects? Time paradoxes, inability to come back,
Risk of incest with his own mother.
possible annihilation, chromosome mutations. I can go on for hours.
Let's say I've got nothing to lose.
It's okay by me then. There's only one problem. I've finished all the plutonium, and it'll be a couple of days until my trusted dealer can find some new stock. So you'll have to wait.
I'll come back later. See you then. Maybe this might be interesting for you?
Where did you find that?
Here and there.
Okay. Pour in exactly 3 milliliters for every dozen years you want to go back. Add another 2 milliliters to run the machine, and 1 milliliter every half hour of real-time utilization. Be as precise as possible.
Okay, no problem.
The machine will start as soon as you have inserted the destination date in the appropriate display. Avoid traveling into the future. The process partly uses the geomagnetic field of the Earth, and possible changes could stop you from coming back. Just remember, you can't jump from time to time. Every time you're forced to return to the present.
Will you be much longer?
The doors are automatic, so stay in the vicinity. Some animals could enter the machine and come back instead of you by accident. And remember to be careful to never interfere with the space-time continuum.
Yeah, whatever. How much plutonium did he say I have to pour exactly? Well, I'll abound. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah!
Catching it fresh is okay, but that's a bit excessive. It's still a 5 or 8 you're hoping for, isn't it, Robin? Jumanji, a game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind. Surely life in the wardrobe ain't easy, but it's better than living in the jungle.
Good God! Who goes there, Prithee?
My name is Manny. Manny Calavera. Yeah, I am the Grim Reaper. I didn't want to scare you, Mr. Manet. Your reputation precedes you, you know.
Well, you flatter me.
But now, enough with the pleasantries. That's not why I'm here.
I guess my time has come.
Correct. But not entirely accurate. I could give you a second chance.
Anything, but spare my life. I beg you.
Add me to your painting, then. In the sea, possibly large and highly visible.
But that's a preposterous demand. It would be completely disproportionate. Not to mention that it would absolutely ruin the scene's pathos.
Do I take that as a no, then?
Forgive me, Grim Reaper. You'll have your wish.
Unfortunately, I wasn't that good in art history. He's painting 2 ships on the open sea, maybe during a battle. How's the progress on your painting, Monsieur Monet?
Totally ruined.
Sorry, what?
Nothing.
I don't think I'll make any progress by doing that. Jumanji, a game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind. Catching it fresh is okay, but that's a bit excessive. I've never been a big fan of fishing. Better not.